Yo, what's up? We are the Ries Brothers from St. Petersburg, Florida.
This is our crazy tour story about how we got on the 311 cruise.
So 311 is one of our favorite bands of all time. Every other year they do the 311 cruise, which leaves out of Tampa, Florida, which is basically a floating music festival for a week where they do 3 sets and they bring about 10 other bands on to do shows. They bring comedians on and just an amazing time. We've always wanted to be on that cruise. So the week that cruise was leaving, February 2019, which was the good old days, we got to open for 311 at the House of Blues in Orlando, and then they gave us another show, which was the official pre-party, which was in Tampa the day before the cruise left. So we're playing the pre-party, and we noticed 311's manager in the crowd, and we had met him the year prior in Monterey, California at Cali Roots Fest. So we recognized him, and after our set, he came up to us and said, "What are you guys doing this week?" And I said, "Well, we have a show in Brooklyn next Tuesday. We were playing the Brooklyn Bowl. We were opening for JoJo from Widespread Panic. And we had some industry coming out, so that was an important show." And he said, "Well, how do you guys feel about doing the cruise?" And we were blown away because we've always wanted to be on the boat, like I said. So I frantically start calling our management, David, who meanwhile had just taken an Ambien and was in a race against time before he fell asleep. So I'm like, we had to go back and forth with him and with Six Man, who puts on the cruise, and we were like, okay, we can't miss our Brooklyn show, but there's no way we can say no to this opportunity to get on the boat. And luckily it leaves out of our hometown, so all we have to do is be there the next morning. We had to figure out a way to leave the cruise a day early in order to fly to New York to make our show in Brooklyn. So long story short, we made it happen. We got to go on the cruise, play 3 shows, 3 nights on the cruise, and then we had to leave the boat a day early, had to get customs to come on the boat, and we had to sign a bunch of papers to let us off. And basically what we did is we had to get a 4-hour taxi ride through rural Mexico during a drug cartel war from Costa Maya all the way to Cancun, which we flew out of, to go to JFK to make the Brooklyn show.
We got to the airport in Mexico after taking that 4-hour ride or whatever to the airport, and then as we're getting our bags out of the taxi, I realized I forgot my backpack on the cruise, which had all our cables, my laptop, all our tracks for the show in New York. So At this point we were devastated because we can't get a hold of the taxi driver. We don't know who he is.
Yeah, you didn't know if you left it on the boat or we had to take a cab from the boat to the other cab. So there's 2 cars involved, so we didn't know if it was in one of those cars or if it was still on the boat.
So luckily our tour manager at the time was on the boat still with Pacifier, and he luckily found it. And as we were communicating with Third Man, emailing back and forth, yes, Six Man, they found it and they shipped it back to us. But I didn't have it for the show, but it is what it is.
But we made it work. Went from the desert of Mexico to the snowstorm at JFK. Made the show happen the next night at the Brooklyn Bowl. Opened for JoJo Herman of Widespread Panic. It was an amazing show. Anyway, crazy story. Lots of travel involved. 2 countries involved. 3 if you count Belize. Yeah. So just shout out to the 311 fans who have come to support us ever since being on that cruise. Every tour stop we've gone to, at least someone saw us on that cruise and comes out. So much love to everyone involved, and that's how we made it happen. That's our crazy story of going from Mexico to Brooklyn and making both tours happen. And we are the Ries Brothers. Much love and respect.